All right, it's Thursday, the 25th of July, and we are going southbound today on a short hike. So about 5 till 11 in the morning. Getting a late start, but it's kind of in the plan for today because we need to relocate where we're staying. So we're moving up from where we were in Lexington at the Rock Bridge Inn to a campground that is, I think, in Montebello, Virginia. Can't remember the name, but you'll get it later. And so we started at Salt Log Road Gap Trailhead Parking, and we're hiking southbound 8.5 miles back to Highway 60, where we ended yesterday. So we got a little climb right out of the gate, and we're making our way up this. So pretty morning. Looks like it probably rained a little overnight, and it's probably around 72 or something like that last I checked. I thought I heard something fall off my backpack or something, so I had to check that. But feels good right now. Yeah, the reason we're going southbound is, well, it's usually the only reason. It's because it's a lot less climbing going this way today. So we'll end up with a huge downhill that we would have to climb. We climbed part of it yesterday to end our day, but we'd still have 3/4 of that to go. So anyway, still good. Plenty of workout out here on the Appalachian Trail, no matter which way you go. All right, guys, we'll check in later after I finish climbing this. Alright, so this is what the trail can look like when the trail crew hadn't been out in a while to do a little weed eating. The beautiful flowers in here, though. It's kind of open, so a lot of stuff encroaches in on the trail. Gets a lot of sunshine. I'm still climbing. We had a nice little level area back there. But anyway, the trail, it's a little furry. It's not bad at all, just showing you kind of some contrast in what these guys put in to keep it cut back like we had seen the last few days. So do a lot of work, and we appreciate it. we're a little over a mile in, and we've popped out into a view on Tar Jacket Ridge. So we're looking back up toward the Priest. You can't much see it. Let me see if I can zoom way in. Anyway, it's back there in the clouds. It's the mountain called the Priest, which we'll be going over later. Not today, but another time. And the top of it's kind of shrouded in. You can't really see it. Pretty view.
Yeah, we haven't seen a lot of wildflowers in the past few days. I even mentioned it to Brent yesterday that I guess we're out of the wildflowers. But today, as you can tell by the photos, it's just there's a lot of them, and some we haven't seen before. So I got to find out what those are. But anyway, we're just up on top of this mountain, little ridge right here. And I don't know if they're blackberries in here. The bears and or the other hikers have gotten a lot of them, but I've been munching as I've been walking and I see them, so that's nice. Yeah, here we've got some right here, so I'm gonna put this phone down and snack for a minute.
All right, it's about 12:15 and we've just arrived at Hog Camp Gap. So looks like a lot of really good camping. Flat spots here for camping. Lots of wildflowers. On our way up to another top of another mountain. I haven't looked up which one we're climbing. But we got this old rock wall I don't know if they were just moving rocks out of the trail when they were constructing this part, or is it something else, but coming up some steps. They're made out of rocks. So that's nice. Anyway, it's kind of a pretty cool wall made of rock here. We've seen a good many of those, and I'm sure we're going to see more as we get into the New England area. Looking back down on where we just came from, and then this is where we'll be headed. All right, we'll check in after a while. Blackberries, a lot of unripened, but some are starting here. A little south of here, they were, a few days ago, we were picking big ones that were ripe. Most of them were ripe, so I'm sure these will come right along. Walking down an old road bed. All right, we've been walking about 2 hours. We've gone 3.2 miles. Had a lot of views. We stopped and talked some, so we've been taking our time knowing we got an 8.5 total mile hike today and enjoying some of these views that we hadn't had a lot of in the last couple of days. We just haven't been walking out into the open or having very many, but it's been rainy, cloudy kind of weather. So I think that's Mount Pleasant back there. Not 100% positive. We did look that up a minute ago. So you can see the trail. We're going up that ridge line over there here in a bit. But this is Cole, C-O-L-E, Cole Mountain. We're at about 4,000 feet. I think it's 3925 or somewhere in there.
All right, that mountain in front of us is Bald Knob. That's where we're headed. We're going to go over that and then down to the car. So it's nice when you can start seeing the end. This has been a really nice short hike today. So we're enjoying it. We've gotten views, hadn't had those in a while. So it's been a good day so far. See you down the trail.
Nice view there at that overlook. So we're working our way down between Cold Mountain and Bald Knob. I can see Bald Knob through the woods right here, so we're headed toward there, but we got to go down in the valley between the two peaks, then start climbing up onto Bald Knob. So it'll be a little while before we get up there. Once we get there, I think we'll have a couple miles downhill maybe to end the day back to the Route 60 trailhead parking. So all right. We're at Cow Camp Gap. We're over halfway. There's a shelter here, the Cow Camp shelter, but it's 0.5. Down this blue blaze back behind me right here. So the AT continues this way. This is where we're about 3,500 feet above sea level, and this is where the start of the climb up to the top of Bald Knob is, which is about 4,000 feet. So I think over the next mile we got to climb about 500 feet, and then we'll be at the top of that. We're less than 4 miles to the end of our hike for the day, so I think it's 3.7. So still fairly early. It's 1:45. So we'll be back in about 3 again. We've been really taking our time today and enjoying the hike and the views, all the wildflowers and bees and birds and deer. All kind of stuff to see today. We hadn't seen any bears, but we've also met a few hikers out on the trail that we've talked with. All right, well, let's get this climb going and done. Talk to you in a bit. We've been seeing these signs pretty regularly here. I don't know if it's just Amherst County, but you can, I suppose this is a place you have a signal for a 911, and you can tell them that you're at AT7 is your location, and they know where this is. So they're scattered around every 5 miles, or I don't know what interval it is. But we have been seeing those. Hadn't seen them anywhere else on the AT until the last couple of days. So we started seeing them. So I don't know how far they go up, but it's a good idea. All right, guys. Here we go. Oh, looks like we got some chicken of the woods up here to pick. So looks like we're gonna gather some of this to cook. We've been talking about it. I'm excited. So look how pretty it is.
Yeah.
Need to read some recipes, see how to season it.
Well, our choices are kind of limited.
They are. All right, it's 2:30. We just crossed the treed summit of Bald Knob. So with no views from Bald Knob, but we're now just crossed over the summit. We're headed down. I think we got 2.7 miles to go, something along that line, to get to the end of the hike for the day. So should be pretty much 99% downhill from here back down to the Route 60 trailhead. We had run into a hiker named Snail Mail, who's a retired U.S. Postal Service mail carrier, and he is from Connecticut. He's 80 years old. So we got some leftover pizza from last night that we brought with us to give to him if we run into him. So we're hoping we see him on this. He's going northbound. We ran into him yesterday at a shelter, and Sparrow had seen him the day she went, didn't hike because of her knee. She had actually met him at Stanimal's Hostel in Glasgow. So we've kind of gotten to know him a little bit. So he'll get a little bit of trail magic from us if we see him. So we hope to see him. Making our way back down, starting to hear cars, so we know we're getting close to the end. We should be down there. It's between 3:30 and 4 right now, so we'll be down there by 4 o'clock. Don't think we're but a couple of tents away. So took care of this 8.5 mile piece of the trail from Salt Log Gap trailhead down to the Route 60 trailhead, 8.5 miles. When we get down here, we'll run back and get my truck parked at the Salt Log trailhead, and then we'll head over to Montebello, Virginia, to the Montebello Resort. There's a private campground that we're gonna be at tonight. I don't know if we'll be there more than one night or not, but we may be if we like it, especially. We might stay there, who knows? We just play it by ear.
All right, we just got here to Montebello Resort. It's a campground with cabins and stuff. The store where we're supposed to check in is already closed. So we've got to go to the camp host and get checked in. So we're gonna be staying here for 2 nights and setting up the tents. So the tents we'll just leave them set up, and we'll go do our thing tomorrow and come back and spend another night here. So yeah, we'll show it to you when we get there.
So this is our setup for the evening at the Montebello Resort campground.